Nikki St. Clair, and I'm back out on these YouTube streets. And I wanted to chat with you. I won't be before you long. I haven't done a live in a long time. You guys know, if you've been following my channel, I've been really focused on fitness. So, I've been doing a lot of shorts and reporting my progress as far as that goes. But it does not mean that I have not been growing in God. It doesn't mean that I have not been ministering the word to others. It doesn't mean that I've disconnected from my covenant. It is God is my first love. He really is. And this journey is of life has been crazy because in the first half of my life, I was taught not to love myself or to be embarrassed or to be shy, or, you say too much, so you better not say too much. Um, if you want to be accepted, you better do this and you better do that. And if you want to be loved, you should do this and you should do it like that. And then in the midst of it all, you end up losing yourself because you start off being yourself, and then you alter yourself to try to fit in, to try to mold to others, to try to get the effects and the outcome that you expect. When you should just be able to be yourself, you should just be able to be honest, and you should just be able to be you and be accepted. And what's crazy is you go through life making all of these alterations and losing yourself. And then you have someone else to come up next to you that has wild purple hair and, piercings all in their face and barely wear any clothes and twerking, and they don't speak a certain way, and they don't keep their house clean, and they don't take care of themselves, and they're 400 pounds, and then they're the ones with the husband, the home, the children. They're the ones that's funny. They're the ones that's eccentric, and they are living free, and they get what they want in life by just being them. And here you are, you've been taught your whole life, like, oh, if you want this, you have to be this way. Or, if you want to be accepted, you have to look this way. Or, you go through all of that just to be mediocre, just to not stand out and lose yourself and look like everybody else and do what everybody else does, only to not even be accepted. And so that's the first half of your life. And then the other part of your life, you start to shed the skin and the old ways that you've learned to conform to this world. And you have to deprogram. The first half, you're programmed. The second half of your life, you're deprogramming. So you're trying to unlearn a lot of habits. You're trying to unlearn caring, right? You have to teach yourself, oh, you know what? That doesn't concern me. So why do I care about that? Or, you know what? Yeah, I would love to show up for that person, but I just don't have it right now. I don't have the means. I don't have the energy to show up for that person physically at their party, or monetarily. I don't have money for a gift, but before the first half of your life, it's just so much pressure. It's like, oh my God, I have to show up. I have to have a gift. I have to look this way. I have to act this way, and I gotta say, the other half of life, the transition is very much uncomfortable because you're not used to taking the cast off. You know, you're not used to the air coming in and you're just breathing, inhaling and exhaling and just being able to really be yourself. And anyways, I really, really wanted to talk about it because a lot of people, they will hound you and tell you that you should do this and that and the other. Meanwhile, they're doing what the hell they want to do, and they're the ones that's getting all the respect. And you end up being somebody's son. And I'm just here to tell you guys, just always be true to yourself. Do what it is that you want to do. If you want to start that business, start that business. Don't let nobody tell you, you know what, that ain't going to work. If you want to be a 50-year-old rapper, be a 50-year-old rapper. Because Kanye West, a lot of these people are rapping. Everybody has an audience, okay? If you want to go back to school, go ahead and go back to school. We make time for what we want. Don't worry about it. All you have to do is better plan your life, and we make time for what we want. We do. I go to a gym right now. I took a class. Here I am thinking, oh, it's a midday class. Nobody's going to be in there. But that class, it fills up, and you better be there early or else you're not going to have a spot, or they're going to run out of the equipment that's required for the class. Because guess what? You got people that are taking their lunch break from work to come to the class. That's how dedicated they are. Show up for yourself. You've been showing up all of these years for others. And I just want to encourage people, listen, show up for yourself. I know for a fact, like, I love to get up and make up my bed. I don't like leaving my bed unmade. I love the way my room looks when my bed is made. I have all the pillows and trimmings and everything like that. But I already know, in order to show up for myself, I have to get up an hour early before I decide to leave the house. Not just 30 minutes to throw myself together. I like to make up my bed. I like to have prayer and devotion. I like to have make myself coffee. I like to have a certain way of doing things before I get ready to meet the world. And when I just don't show up for myself, I'm telling you, when I get out there, I'm completely off balance. If I haven't had my coffee, I'm off balance. If my bed isn't made when I come back home, I just don't sleep the same. When I get in the bed, it doesn't sleep the same, y'all. It's the little things. Show up for yourself and stick to it. Don't skip any steps, And I promise you, just be true to yourself. And you will feel whole. You won't feel so cheated. Be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself and make better decisions. Today I was in class and I was talking to a young lady, and she was so upset because she said that people have been watching her online on her social media, and they've been asking questions about the fitness courses that she's been taking. And she was so loving and open. She says, well, you guys are welcome to come. I can get you some passes to come. It'll be completely free. And then they get intrusive. Well, how much is it a month for the gym? And then she tells them, oh, no, that's just too much money. And then she vents to me and says, after all of that, they got together and went on a hike and didn't invite her. Let me tell y'all something. A lot of people, they will act as if they're interested in whatever it is that you're doing to be nosy. They're counting your pockets, asking you how much you spend for, well, how much is that? They're really interested and they're considering doing it for themselves. How much is that? But they're really counting your pockets. They're really, really seeing where you put your priorities, and as soon as you're like, well, hey, you could do it too, they disappear off the face of the earth because they're monitoring spirits, right? So then look, they didn't even invite her as a group. They didn't even invite her. And you know what I told the young lady? I said, congratulations. You are officially shedding skin. You know where you stand with these people. And 9 times out of 10, somebody says something about her. Hey, did y'all call such and such? No, we don't want to invite her. I don't really want to deal with her. See, that's the thing. A lot of people, they will F with you, but they really not Fing with you like that. They want access to you. This young lady is talented, very, very, she can be very resourceful. See, but they want the liberty of saying, hey, I know her. I know somebody. I got a homegirl that could do it. Oh, I know such and such. She's related to such and such, and they want access to you. They want access to you so they can ask you for things, for favors, so that they can be invited when you have something grand and big. But when it comes, they don't really want to be a true friend, And I just want to say, just watch out. Watch out for that. You got a lot of people out here that just want access to you. They want to be in your business. They see you pulling it off, but they want to know, how is it that you're doing it? What is the formula? How is she getting this done? How is he going to work every day, paying his child support, and you could afford a F-150 truck? And then you let him know, being nice, hey man, really, I mean, it's pretty easy, I drop off medical supplies, every Thursday, Friday, and I pick up an extra $500. And then, sometimes I'll put on my Uber light and I'll Uber, people around. So that pretty much takes care of my truck note. And it's like, got it. And all you did was pretty much satisfy. Anyways, I had a telephone call. I just want to say thank you guys for dropping by. Thank you guys for tuning in. It means the world to me. Guys, please comment, subscribe. Even if it's a good or bad comment, just go and hit some likes and get my algorithm up. I really, really have I have something to give to the world, and even if I just reach one, I feel like I've done what I'm supposed to do. But yeah, be aware. A lot of people will come into your life that, first of all, they'll observe you. Then they'll mimic what they see. They'll mimic what they see. So if you're like, hi, how are you? They'll go, hi, how are you? And then they're like, oh, yeah, what kind of food do you like? Oh, you know what? I usually don't go out, but sometimes I'll go to a happy hour. Oh, yeah, what happy hour do you go to? Oh, I go to Ruth's Chris. Oh, really? I've never been there. What do you usually get? And they'll learn your formula. Y'all, I'm telling you, they be trying to rob your essence. They try to mirror you. They really, really do. To a point, I don't know if anybody's seen Single White Female, but that lady moved in with her, started dressing like her, cutting her hair like her, everything, just, and wanted her whole life. Y'all be careful. People are showing up to see how it is that you're doing things. I don't know why I'm saying this. I don't know who I'm saying this to, but there's a person out there that's just really, really trying to get close to you because they trying to figure you out. They ain't really your friend like that. Just keep your eyes open. Don't let nobody borrow no money, y'all. If you ain't got it, you don't have it. If you got it to give, you can give it, but don't let nobody borrow no money, because people are not giving money back. Don't trust nobody, y'all. I'm telling you, don't trust anybody. And don't be so quick to be so open to give out your recipe, your ingredients, the things that make you who you are. Because even though somebody can mimic you and do the same things that you do with the same ingredients, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to come out the exact same, but it kind of waters you down. You know what I'm saying? They kind of take from you. You know what I mean? And that could be draining. Be careful, y'all. I'm telling you, just be careful out here. I felt so bad for that young lady because, she had the revelation. She had to come to the class today with that on her mind, on her head. And then I don't think I did any better by telling her, hey, congratulations, you're shedding skin. It's a new season. Now you know where you stand. Because I just give it to people. I'm not one to hold back. I'm just not. Because you know why? I wish somebody had told me when it was my turn. When I was going through, I wish somebody had the discernment and the love and the respect enough to say and speak up for me and speak towards me and to me and speak to my spirit. But I didn't go through it in vain, because here I am with this YouTube channel to help somebody. I didn't go through it in vain because there I was in class today to tell the young lady, I know what that is. I seen that show before. This is a rerun. This is what's going to happen. And I encouraged her, because sometimes you start to shed before God can take you higher. Because, everybody can't go. So anyways, I'm Nikki St. Clair. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Peace out.